Hey guys, it's your girl, it's Queen Hero, and I'm here today with another exciting edition of Ask an Aquarius. This question came from a while ago. I told you guys I have a list of questions, and I try to attack them as I can. And this question came from someone who asked me about the relationship between the Libra and the Capricorn. Now, um, this vibration is a weird one. It's a very strange one because the Libra is an air sign like I am, and the Capricorn is an earth sign. And typically, air and earth have an unusual relationship. If you think about the planet itself, the earth really needs air and it really needs water. There is a strong relationship, but it's a weird one because earth is kind of grounded and kind of heavy, and air is kind of flighty and kind of up in the, flying around in the stratosphere. So well, people would think it's a weird combination. It is a weird combination, but it's a good combination, oddly enough. The Libra and the Capricorn really do work in some cases, a lot of cases actually. The reason why is because they both have a strong fundamental belief in partnership, relationships. Capricorns love to be in relationships. They don't always do the best in them, but they love to be in them. Likewise, Libras love to be relationships. They love to be married. Libras usually even get married early and stay married for decades. Libras really do like that stability of being in a committed relationship. So these two can definitely make it long term. The problem is this. The Libra, again, is very airy, so you're always off in the stratosphere. The Capricorn is constantly having to ground the Libra. They're constantly having to pull them back down to earth when they fly off into their fantasies and they fly off into their ideas and into their Libra ideas and mentalities and thoughts and feelings. They go off into their own tangent, and the Capricorn is constantly trying to ground them. Likewise, the Capricorn is kind of boring at times. Now, I know there are some exciting Capricorns. My uncle was pretty exciting, and he's a Capricorn. But for the most part, they are family people. They are all about their family. They're about their home. They're about their money. A Capricorn and their money. You can always tell a Capricorn who's screwed up because they're not on their money. Capricorns in their best form are really truthfully money makers. So because of that, they're not the kind of individuals who spend a lot of time doing other things. Like, for example, the Libra is very social. The Capricorn can be social, but the Capricorn would rather be home. They'd rather be at home or in a comfortable environment with a couple close friends. Capricorns are more like that. Libras like to have an audience. They like lots of people. They like to party. They like to be social. They like everybody to like them, and they like lots of people to like them. It makes them feel really good about themselves. The Capricorn doesn't so much need that. So that is a problematic area, but it doesn't have to be, because in some cases it can draw the Capricorn out. It can make the Capricorn a little bit more social, and it can make the Libra be a little bit less attention seeking. So they can balance each other out in that kind of way. So this couple, again, is a couple that can truly make it. Now, if you can deal with those issues that I talked about, like I said before, you could be okay. This couple will have the worst fights. So if this couple does get into anything, the Libra is not typically argumentative. The Libra is typically a peacemaker, but the Libra can be argumentative. That's the thing with them. Sometimes they can just start stuff. It depends on where they are and how balanced they are. A balanced Libra is really a good partner. A balanced Libra is a good friend. An unbalanced Libra is a lunatic. Is just a lunatic. And some of them will start stuff. Some of them will impede chaos. Some of them enjoy it. Some of them just like doing stuff like that. So if you find yourself with an unbalanced Libra, it's going to be a much more difficult relationship. I would never get into a relationship with an unbalanced Libra. Again, lunatic. So you're going to be dealing with all their crazy thoughts and notions and them flying off into the stratosphere, and they're not going to be very stable. They're not going to be dependable at all. So you're better off making sure that your Libra is what we call balanced. If you have a balanced Libra, or if you have a Libra that's seeking balance, those two things you can work with. But an unbalanced, unhinged Libra is not going to be able to be a good partner. Likewise, when dealing with the Capricorn, some Capricorns have a very intolerant, grumpy streak to them. And when you dealing with that as a Libra, is sometimes is going to be difficult. Some Libras are not going to be able to deal with that grumpiness. So it depends on the Capricorn's ability to open up with their Libra. And that's usually something that is able to occur. But the intolerant, grumpy Capricorn is going to have a hard time dealing with the Libra. And they're going to have a hard time dealing with all their friends and all their social obligations and all the clubs they've joined and all that kind of stuff. Any Capricorns have a problem with it, but especially the ones that are more antisocial. Some are more antisocial than others. I was married to a Capricorn. My mother's a Capricorn. My sister's a Capricorn. So I have a lot of experience with them. And the ones that are more grumpy than others are the ones who have a really hard time in the relationship with the Libra. But again, like I said before, this is a really good match. So if you can get past those things that I'm talking about, if you can work through those things I'm talking about, these two could really make it. Any relationship, obviously, you're going to have things you're going to have to work through. You're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. That's why I always tell people that basically any relationship could make it, but there are certain things that would help it along. So when it comes up with the Libra and it comes up with the Capricorn relationship, these are the things that have to be worked through. But every time I see a Capricorn and a Libra and they're actively working on their relationship, it's longevity. Like, these couples stay together. These couples stay together decades. These couples stay together 20 years, 40 years, 60 years. These couples can really have longevity. But they, again, when I was talking earlier about when they do fight, they probably won't fight often. But if and when they do fight, it could be very nasty, because the Capricorn is such a stubborn bull. And the Libra is always trying to argue facts, always trying to argue ideas, always trying to, they know this, they know that. They're always know-it-alls, kind of like the Aquarius in that sense. So the two of these two, when they get into, if they get into an argument, will be ugly, because the Libra will be trying to argue facts and the Capricorn will just be angry. And the Capricorn, when they're angry, typically they go quiet, and when they do start to fight with you, when they do start to argue, they do start to charge at you. You could think about like how a goat how a goat will charge at you. They will fight you if they have to. And they're very stubborn, and they can be very nasty. Like, they can be very, very nasty. And the funny part about a Capricorn is that usually after they've been nasty to you and they fought with you and you've gone through some changes, they act like nothing happened. Every time I go through something with a Capricorn, afterwards they try to act like nothing happened. And for an air sign, that's not going to work, because we're never going to forget what happened. So that's going to be problematic. But if these two can communicate more than fight, the Libra is a good communicator. The Capricorn is pretty good at communicating when they want to. When they don't want to, they shut off and won't give you anything. They're the kind of sign that if they don't, they just clam up. They won't give you anything until they stop being angry, basically, or they've forgiven whatever has happened. Then they act like nothing happened. Like they go right back to, oh, nothing happened. But the Libra is not like that. The Libra is not going to forget. And the Libra is going to want to talk through and 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 talk through it. I've had some very positive relationships with Libras over the years. And they do like to do a lot of talking when there is an issue, which is a good thing as far as communication and relationships is concerned. So yeah, to answer your question, the Libra and the Capricorn is a very good match if they can get through these things. A very good match. Also, this couple likes to make money. A lot of Libras like to make money. A lot of Libras like to have beautiful things, beautiful homes, beautiful cars. Libras love beauty. They love nice things. They love the aesthetic, looking good. They love all of that. And the Capricorn, like I said before, is a money maker. The Capricorn loves to make money. The Capricorn likes nice things too. The Capricorn has a tendency to have a lot of nice things. So this couple will probably enjoy traveling together. This couple will enjoy nice things together. This couple could be a really great couple. This could be a very happy couple. It just depends on the things that I stated earlier, if they're going to be able to work through them. And most times they can. There may be some ups and downs. There may be a little bit of stubbornness here and there. The Libra may be annoying here and there. But for the most part, they should be able to make this work and have a very lasting relationship. It's just up to the two people to work through those two things because, again, they are so different. These two signs are so elementally different. And like I said before, the earth coming from the Capricorn, very earthy, very, down to earth, that is very helpful for the Flighty Libra. So these elements, even though they're so opposite, actually can help each other in areas that they're lacking. And then there is the Flighty Libra who can really help the Capricorn lighten up. Capricorns really need to lighten up a lot of times. So this Libra can help them lighten up if they allow them to. So that's today's edition of Ask an Aquarius. So if you are a Libra or you're with a Capricorn, your Capricorn is with a Libra or vice versa, this is a relationship that can work. I know the person is seeming kind of iffy in certain areas that I mentioned before, but those areas can be worked out and you can have a long, faithful relationship. Capricorns will cheat. I think anybody will cheat for real if given the opportunity, and if they lack integrity, I think anybody will cheat. But Capricorns have been more prone in that kind of capacity. Libras, again, will cheat if they lack integrity, but it's not something that this couple really has a big issue with infidelity. Yes, it can occur. Yes, these two, signs have come up with that issue. More so the Capricorn. I've seen the infidelity more so with the Capricorn than the Libra. It really depends. The Capricorn needs attention. And if you don't give the Capricorn the attention that they need, they will eventually seek it elsewhere. I think that's true of most people, but that's when I've seen it happen with Capricorn, is when they felt neglected. When they feel neglected, the Capricorn likes to feel like they're important to you. They like to do holidays and birthdays and stuff like that. And if they feel like they're important to you, then it's a good thing. If they don't feel like they're important to you, they will start to wander. Their eye will start to wander. Their body will start to wander eventually. The Libra is typically mates for one person, typically is faithful, in that kind of way. But it's only after they've made a decision and they've made a commitment and they do have integrity. An unbalanced Libra, like I mentioned before, will cheat. Who will they cheat? Oh my God, an unbalanced Libra they need so much attention that they will end up sleeping with most of the people that are giving them attention. And this could be lots of people. It could be 5 people. It could be 20 people. Like in an unbalanced Libra, that attention, it is needed. But in a balanced Libra, it's not generally that they are going to cheat. It's not really their thing, they just really want beauty and happy, and they want nice, and they want to go on little trips and stuff like that. It's not really their thing to be with other people. Again, when they're unbalanced, then it does happen, but it's only for the attention. Even then, it's only for the attention. They just love the attention. It's like me. Pay attention to me, me. And that's really what it's all about. So if these two can be positive, if they can be balanced, and they can focus on each other, they will make it, and they'll make it for a long time. This is a couple that will probably be like the Notebook. Remember at the end of the Notebook, and they died together? That's what I imagine with the Libra and the Capricorn. Both of them they really don't give up on each other, and that's good. Nowadays, I feel like people give up on relationships so fast. The first time something goes wrong, They just give up. There are certain deal breakers. Infidelity for me is a deal breaker. Abuse of any kind is a deal breaker. But some people just walk off because they're just waiting for a badder guy or a badder female. And there's always going to be a badder dude. There's always going to be a badder chick. But the question is that who is committed to you? Who do you love? Who's there for you? If you get sick and you can't take care of yourself, is that bad chick going to come over and change your diapers? You know what I'm saying? Is that bad dude going to pay your bills when you can't leave the house? Like, that's the question. Like, who's going to be there for you? It's always going to be somebody more sexy. It's always going to be somebody more fly. But who is going to be there for you when the chips are down? That's the question. And I think that in a relationship, if there's not abuse, if there's not infidelity, then more people could or should work through some of the issues that they have, and they just don't. Because in this day and age, it's so easy to just throw the whole thing away and start all over again. So I really do encourage people, when at all possible, to work on it, to go to therapy, to go to counseling, to get self-help books, to talk things out. We don't do enough of that in our society. We just start fighting, and relationships last like 2-3 years in our society. If you get 5 years, you did really good. And I think that we can do longer than that. We can do better than that. We can be happier than that. But I think that the problem is that both parties have to work on it, and that doesn't always occur. But with the Libra and the Capricorn, a good portion of the time it does, and they can make it. So that's today's edition. Deuces.